Hello, in this video, let us look at how to use unit circle to answer these three questions. So the first one is the cosine of 90 degrees. And this is a unit circle, which means that the radius is 1 unit or 1. So each one of these corner points are measuring 1 in length. So this is +1, -1, +1, -1. So if we go to the cosine, so here is 90 degrees, and we are here. Now from this point, we have to go to the line that says cosine and measure its length. So here we go, we come down, and we land straight in between +1 and -1. Straight between plus and -1 is 0. So that answer is 0. Now let's see if the calculator says the same thing. So here's the calculator, and we type in cosine of 90 degrees, and we get 0. Good, that worked. Next, let's look at the tangent of 90 degrees. For this, we need to remember what tangent is. And the tangent is the sine over cosine. So we're looking at sine of 90 degrees divided by cosine of 90 degrees. So the sine of 90 degrees, once again, we're at the same exact position. What is this length if we go from all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom? Well, this length is 1 unit. That's 1 radius, which is 1. So we have 1 divided by cosine of 90, we just did, and that's a 0. 1 divided by 0 is undefined, so there is no solution. This is undefined. Now let's see if the calculator agrees. So here is tangent of 90 degrees, and the calculator says error domain. So we are trying to plug in something in the calculator that doesn't work. So that means our answer is confirmed. Both say no solution. The next is sine of 420. Well, 420 happens to be more than 360. And that means we have gone around the circle once, and then we have gone some more. We have gone 60 more degrees from the 360. So after we have gone all the way around the circle, then that's 360. Then we go extra 60 degrees, and we get somewhere here. So this is actually our angle 420 once around the circle plus extra 60. And we're asking for the sine. So from this position, we go to the sine and ask, is this distance, is this closer to 1 or is it closer to half? It's much closer to 1. So the answer is square root of 3 over 2, which is 0.866, and that is much closer to 1 than a half. So our exact answer is square root of 3 over 2. Let's see if the calculator agrees. So here is the sine of 420 degrees, and we get 0.866, which is exactly square root of 3 over 2. Now the next example is many functions of different angles all together, and we will use the unit circle to compute that and simplify. So first of all, cosecant is the same as 1 divided by sine. So what is 1 divided by sine of 210 degrees? So 210 degrees is going to be, let's see, is going to be 90 degrees plus another 90 is 180. 180 plus 30 will make 210. So 30 degrees is about here. And we are asking for the sine. So from here, we go to the sine and ask ourselves, what is this length? Is it closer to -1/2? Is it closer to -1? Well, it's much closer to -1/2, and so that's our answer, -1/2. Now cotangent. What is cotangent? Cotangent is 1 divided by tangent, and the tangent is sine over cosine. If we take sine over cosine and do 1 over it, then the ratio flips and we get cosine over sine. So cotangent is cosine over sine of 300 degrees. So what is cosine of 300? So the 300, where is it? That's a 90 degrees. The first quadrant is 90, second quadrant 180, extra 90 is 270. How much do I need to add to 270 to get 300? Well, that answer is 30. So here I mark another 30 degrees, and this angle is now 300 degrees. Now, what is the measure? What is the measure of the cosine? What is the measure of the sine? The measure of the cosine of 300, here is the cosine, is much closer to a half. So we have plus 1/2. Then we have a division. So we divide by sine of 300. So from the same exact position, we go to the sine and ask ourselves, is this length closer to -1 or closer to -1/2? Well, it's much closer to -1 than to -1/2. So the answer is close to -1 is -0.866, which is -√3/2. Now the bottom. On the bottom we have cosine of 90 degrees, so we go to the 90 degrees here. And what is the cosine? We just computed that in the previous example, that was 0. What is sine of 150? Well, here is 90. 90 plus 60 would make 150. So here is 60. That's actually a little bit too close to 45. So let's go 60 here. And is this closer? From here we go to the sine. Is this closer to half or is it closer to 1? It's much closer to half. So that's the answer, plus half. Now we just need to simplify this. So we have, and here -1/2, this is 1 over that answer. So we have 1 over -1/2. So 1 divided by -1/2 is actually -2. And then positive and a negative will make a minus. So we have 1/2 times, dividing is the same as multiplying by reciprocal or the flip. And then this division symbol can also be written as divided by half. Now, times by 2 divided by 2 cancels off, and we get -2 minus 1 over √3. Divided by half is the same as times by 2. So if we double our answers, we get -4 minus 2 over √3. That's our exact solution. Now, sometimes we might be asked to get rid of the square roots on the bottom. To do this, we multiply top and bottom by √3, and we get -4 minus 2 √3 divided by 3. So this is our solution in exact form. Now let's see if it actually works. So to do this, we use the calculator and type in everything in the calculator to get a decimal. Then we get a decimal from our answer and see if the two match. If they do, we got it. If they didn't, then we got to do something else. So here is the calculator, and here we go. 1 divided by cosecant is, once again, 1 divided by sine, so we type in sine 210. And then we have plus cotangent, which is 1 divided by tangent of 300. And then the whole top is divided by cosine of 90 degrees plus the sine of 150 degrees, close parentheses, and here is the answer. -5.154, that's a decimal that the calculator says is the correct answer. Now let's see what our answer says. Here is our answer. Does our decimal match this? Let's have a look. -4 minus 2 √3, and then the whole thing divided by 3. Is that the same? Yes, it is. Very good. So this shows that our exact solution actually works for our question. And that's it for this video. If you have any questions on anything, please let me know. Thanks for your time. Take care.